In this brief video, I would like to explain why strolls and gardening could help us fight the pandemic, in my opinion. You can see beautiful rose fruits here on this bush, and when you have a look at the plants in such urban wastelands, you can notice many beautiful things. That's why I decided to make this video outdoors walking. I wrote my article for medical archives in response to two documents that were published recently, namely the Great Barrington Declaration, signed by many eminent epidemiologists and public health experts who tried to voice their concern about the extremely negative long-term effects of lockdown. Some other experts published their response to the declaration in The Lancet, a renowned medical journal, and explained that lockdown is necessary in spite of its negative effects. They didn't really find any solution to these opposing views, so I have decided to explain that there seems to be a golden mean between these two extremes, namely promotion of physical activity outdoors in places like this one, wastelands and other semi-natural habitats in urban and suburban areas. I suppose that close to the places where you live or where you work, there are some places like this one where you can go for a walk every day. I hope so, at least. You can see beautiful flowers on the way, flowering weeds. You can try to identify it. Wastelands and other semi-natural urban habitats are a great form of relaxation and disease prevention. As explained in a book, Body to Brain, written by a German neurologist and psychotherapist, Claudia Cross-Müller, walking in an upright position with your backbone straight and head up is very good for your brain and for your physical health in general. So if you can, every day, at least once, but preferably several times a day, take a walk to a place like this one and try to enjoy the weather in spite of some rain sometimes and wind, but still, if your clothes are warm, it will really be very good for you. You will not catch a cold. Instead, your immunity will be improved. Moreover, your lungs will be very well ventilated with the fresh air instead of the masks indoors, and where many people can be infected and can emit viruses that hang in the aerosol in the air, as explained by the important paper by Professor Morawska and her colleague, cited in the description of this video. So you can take a small rucksack with you and take some piece of plastic foam, as I will show you in a minute, and also find a tree or another place where you can lie down for a minute. This is extremely relaxing for me, so I recommend it to everybody. Oh, here's the piece of plastic foam, and here's a beautiful place, nobody close to you, so you can just lie on the ground on this plastic foam and look at the sky, at the flowers close to you, and maybe start meditation. I recommend Christian meditation, but everybody can meditate whatever he wants or she wants. Okay, so if you try it, you'll see that it's really relaxing, on condition that nobody else watches you, obviously. So you must find a secluded place for this activity. Try it. I recommend it. Okay. In the rucksack, you can also take some other things, which will be useful in my later part of this stroll. As explained in a meta-analysis by a Japanese research team led by Masashi Soga, gardening is beneficial for health. The meta-analysis showed that it reduces the body mass index, anxiety, depression, and has some other important health benefits, confirmed by many studies. As I mentioned a minute ago, I took with me a small plant which in Poland in November is usually placed in cemeteries. It is a species of chrysanthemum, an ornamental plant, and unfortunately after the cemetery season in Poland in November, all these potted plants are usually thrown away and increase the amount of garbage that is deposited in the ground and will be a burden for the future generation. So I would like to recommend another solution. You can take the plant with you when you stroll and try to find a good place for it. I took a small spade so that I could plant it more easily. It may be not easy to find such a place, but I hope you'll manage to find one. Maybe this place will be good for you. Oh, here is the plant, and I'll try to make a small hole somewhere here and plant it. Gardening is a form of Oh, it's not easy to... Maybe I'll try to find another place. The ground is too hard here. As you can see, the wild vegetation is unfortunately mowed quite frequently. And that's a problem, because many of the plants are unable to produce flowers and fruits. And it's a pity, because otherwise you would be able to admire the beauty and try to find some ways to protect them. If they are mown too frequently, they are not as attractive as they could be. So I would recommend mowing such areas mostly in the autumn after flowering, or if necessary, only if necessary, more often. This is I mentioned the cemeteries. I have a friend who studies the flora of cemeteries. Oh, here is a plant, a good place for my plant, cemetery plant, because it's the earth is not as hard as in the previous place. Can you see it? Oh. So I can easily make a small hole for it. And as shown by the research in cemeteries, such plants can survive for many years, and sometimes even for centuries, because in very old cemeteries that where plants were introduced like 100 or even more years ago, many species can survive. When during the pandemic you experience that our life is so vulnerable and we can easily die quickly, much more quickly than we expected, then you can choose this method of commemorating your dear ones by planting flowers close to their graves. Even when you die and you are no longer on this earth, the plants in the cemetery or in a roadside like here will be more likely to stay than anything you have created or bought. So in conclusion, I just wanted to encourage you to start to look at flowering weeds, trees, insects, at everything that God has created for us as food, medicine, ornament, or for many other various reasons we are not really aware of. You can see that biodiversity is our major treasure, and it should be protected. Even in urban areas like here, you can truly find some comfort, relax, and notice that life is not as bad as it seems to be when we are locked at home. Thank you for attention. Enjoy your strolls and gardening, and let God bless you.